Today I get to challenge an extreme sports legend to a high-octane race and find out what it really takes to win the Baja 500.
That's going to be some embarrassing footage on the GoPro Max because I'm just sitting here.
Okay guys, Bear here with my good friend JT Holmes. We're in the middle of the desert in Moab in Utah. JT is a legend of a freeride skier. He's a Red Bull speed rider with parachutes on skis. And he's also the Baja 500 Pro UTV champion. So tell me about the Baja 500 for people.
So that was 2017 that I won that race. And it's not easy to win an off-road race, man.
Yeah.
It's like, 500 miles. We won it in a time of 16 hours, 10 minutes. I drove the whole time.
16 hours non-stop. Yeah. 16 hours is I start grumbling after about a 3-hour drive in terms of concentration on a motorway. And also, because there's no windscreen, you're eating a lot of dust.
You are.
So have you had some wipeouts?
Yeah, nothing horrible. I'm a pretty conservative driver. I like to get to the finish line. But
do you think that's key to winning the race? Is you're not the hare, we're not tortoise, but you're like steady and efficient.
That's one of those things you gotta be a smart hare.
You are the smart hare. On this clip is going to have an arrow going like this right now. Dink dink for the hare and like a mortarboard. Okay, so here's the challenge, okay?
Yeah.
It's about 10 miles to the end of the plateau and back. I'm going to go first, log my time, and then see if the great JT can smash it.
This is going to be fun.
We'll see.
Ready?
All right, let's do it.
Come on. Hold on, here we go. Check the time, boom, done, let's do it.
Pretty high, you don't want to spin up really that way. That's a 300-foot drop. Incredibly power, pretty twitchy. And you can spin it out so easy. Yeah, careful. Oh, woo! That's going to be some embarrassing footage on the GoPro Max because I'm just sitting here.
For you as a driver, normally you're not used to being a passenger, but I always find being a passenger is way scarier.
Way scarier.
Okay, here we go. 6 minutes, 20 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah. But look at that for you. That's pretty cool,
pretty sweet.
Hey, what are the key qualities you need to be good at this? To win the Baja 500, what are you going to be good at?
Well, you got to know how to drive.
What does that mean, though?
That means know when to push the car hard and go as fast as possible, and know when to be patient. In the beginning of the race, it's really hectic because there's a ton of dust. There's a lot of guys out there that are much slower than the competitive pack, which will eventually end up towards the front. You want to be going faster, but you can't see. And I feel like I do well in those situations because I understand terrain really well, and I'm cognizant of what the wind's doing. So I'm going to have a passing opportunity soon, so I kind of know when to choose my moments and take some risks. But I think a lot of people they drive like a bunch of knuckleheads.
Yeah.
And then they crash and break their cars.
When you said knuckleheads, my little intern went, hello? Somebody call me? Yeah. So what sort of things go wrong?
You can get a flat tire, you can crash. A lot of times you'll see a lot of chaos in the first 50 miles of the race. I really like that. You're coming around some corner, there's a dude upside down. Guys are in rivers.
Hilarious.
You have a 1,000-mile race and you got dudes that are upside down on the third turn.
They've been training for 5 years.
They haven't even got out of the city yet, They're not even in the desert. And,
I never thought it sounded my sort of race, but the more you talk about it, the more I think, I love it. I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, are you ready to do this? Swap over? the clock. You ready? You want to line yourself back up, or are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, the little hand says, are you ready for it? You're 5:30.
5:30.
40 to not 45, it's pretty well, you've knocked a minute. To knock basically almost a minute off that time, that is fast, JT. Amazing. So come on then, before we finish, top 3 tips for somebody entering the Baja for the first time. If you want to win it, you got this guy who's won it here before, ready for this. Top 3 tips. All your wisdom, here you go.
You got to be in tune with your car.
Yeah.
You got to know how much it can take and when to push it. You got to drive smart and keep the rubber side down.
Rubber side down. I love it. JT, you're a legend. Thanks, my friend. Oh, well, those beers. In fact, it's maybe something stronger. Wow, it's hot, isn't it? Only mad dogs and Englishmen sit out in the midday sun.
I guess I'm a mad dog and you're the Englishman.
Okay, so it's Bear here with my good friend JT Holmes again, one of the pioneers of wingsuit base jumping. Great friend, legendary adventurer. We're in Utah, sat on the end of a runway, and it's hot, and we're waiting for our good friend Scott Smith to come in this little rickety plane. I mean, Scott, I don't think Scott's safety record is that great with things like planes. Everything he has is gaffer taped together, and
I'm happy to get out of the airplane personally, rather than land with him. You know, Scott, the amount of stuff he's done and the fact that he's still here means his safety record can't be too bad.
Today we are going to have some fun. Scott's going to land in his plane, we're going to climb in, we've got our parachutes on, and JT and me are going to have a little competition. Who can climb out of his Cessna and hold on the longest? Is there any point to this competition?
Yeah, I think there's a point to it. And you know, Scott's probably in on it too. He'll probably shake the wings, try to get us off, or accelerate to the aircraft's maximum velocity of 70 miles an hour.
And then whoever buckles first is gone. And then we'll try and skydive, land, and another little adventure done. Come on, join us. This one you're gonna love. Wow, it's hot, isn't it?
Yeah, at least we have a little breeze.
Yeah. You know what they say about only mad dogs and Englishmen sit out in the midday sun. True.
I guess I'm a mad dog and you're the Englishman.
How did you even come up with this thing of skiing off the face of the EIGER? You ready? Just tell people what it's like.
The EIGER is a Swiss postcard mountain. Just one of these very aesthetically pleasing mountains that's got villages. There's a train going through it. There's chairlifts around the base of it. So my friend Shane and I in 2004, we went and did a ski base jump off of it. But we didn't start from the top. We started just halfway up the mountain, and it's a nice exit point for a base jump. And then I started concocting this idea of how you could use the whole entire mountain. With speed riding, you can fly over obstacles that are unskiable.
Yeah. Had anyone done this before?
No, nobody had done this before. But for me, it was the ultimate ski run. And I'm glad I did it, and I won't do it again.
There we go. Look, there's a little dot on the plane of Scott Smith coming in.
Nice.
Yeah.
But and that X right there, as you know, means it's closed.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Here's our lift.
Oh, here's your lift?
Yeah.
I was just, thank you. As they go, course, that cross means strictly no landing at all times. The runway is
I thought
closed.
it meant this is the
and it's
spot.
out of use. I can see out of my peripheral. I can see Scott flying around this low level plane just gliding in. Oh, that's hilarious. Scariest thing you've ever done?
Scariest thing I ever did was a multi-sport descent to the EIGER. I slept very poorly the night before, probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad.
That part where you're skiing near the edge, you haven't yet exited. You're so vulnerable if you just take a wipe out there.
Yeah, exactly. And you're skiing with a backpack and no poles.
And what do you always tell yourself before you do an adventure, whether it's an extreme one like that, or whether it's just messing around, or a big mountain day, or do you have a mantra, something would you tell yourself?
I'm in full pep talk mode. I try to remind myself that I'm happy to be here. That's when you perform best, is when you're like, oh yeah, this is the place to be. Nowhere else you want to be. You want to be enthusiastic about risking your life, not like, oh God, here we go, we gotta do this thing.
And it's a kind of state of mind, that, isn't it? Because it then fuels everything positive and makes sure you're enjoying it, and when you're enjoying it, you're less scared, and it becomes a positive, fulfilling circle. But you've got to almost choose that attitude sometimes when you're scared, don't you
100%,
find?
yeah. And remind yourself, hey, this is fun.
It's like a tackle,
Yeah.
If you really commit to it, everything, all in.
Yeah.
You kind of stand the best shot. But when you're tentative and you're a bit like, that's when you get tripped up.
I agree 100%.
I'm not sure what was tougher, hanging on the strut or enduring the minus 10 degrees temperature.
Yeah, that was pretty. I was thinking, man, this guy's been to Everest.
Yeah. And that broke me. That was definitely quite cold up at altitude. Scott's plane is quite old, and it took a long time. But we got to about 6,000 feet, and then all our cameras were dying as well, so we thought, sack it, let's just get out. We got onto the strut pretty well. I think the conclusion was it was basically a draw. We both just collapsed on top of each other. And free fall, landed in the one area that lovely couple have said don't land, because there was fences everywhere. This is the only clear area. So
I think we're okay.
We need to probably hightail it and get out of here. But good mission. Well done, JT. So fun, my friend. Come on. I mean, Scott makes me laugh so much. He's just so cool, isn't he? He just sort of sits there and goes, this baby ain't gonna go any higher.
This might be all you get.
It might be all you get.
We're at like 3,000 feet.
All right, so I have somebody special that we just flew Corona Arch with.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm not sure special. Deranged. Super fun evening, golden hour, eh?
Golden hour.
Still winds, amazing, all the walls and these arches and the river, and always a privilege to fly with great people like this man.
And we survived. We literally both went through it, and then we're like, we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say you're a great wingman.
You're a good wingman.
Privileged. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Wait till you see the footage of all of us taking off one after another. Somebody's going to hit somebody. Okay, so I want to introduce you guys to something that is special. Because so often on adventures, everything's beautifully kind of prepared and you've got a plan. But actually, I've learned in my life the best adventures happen spontaneously and grow out of friendships and inspirations and other adventurers. And we're at the moment in Utah. We've got a couple of days off between filming. And accidentally, we've gathered this incredible group of like-minded paramotor pilots from all across America. And I've got to know people through social media, through YouTube, Instagram, who love flying. I bumped into Nathan, who we connect on social media. I was here with JT anyway, as a buddy having some other adventures. We've got the school bus, we've got crazy kind of RVs and paramotors, and everyone's wrenching all the things. I'm putting propellers on, and it is brilliant because it's everything that I think adventure should be. Friendships, endeavor, a little bit of adrenaline, and a mission. And the mission is to all fly together to this amazing arch. It's a few miles further down the canyon there, but we're going to fly there trying to see if some of us can fly through it. And then back here, just look at them crazy dogs there, but the whole thing's like, we're going to fly. It's going to be epic. You know, really technically, you want a really nice, perfect clear, gentle slope, nothing to hit, no hazards. Instead, we're in a brilliant RV park in the middle of Utah with portaloos and dirt bikes and everyone kind of sitting out trying to have a nice evening. Basically, there's a lot of things to hit.
Yeah.
Wait till you see the footage of all of us taking off one after another. Somebody's going to hit somebody.
1, 2, 3, not it.
I think what I'll do, I'll get out there and let you
With a
do it.
plan in place, Nathan and I prepared our paramotors. In a place like this, you'll find adventure-minded people wherever you turn, and I love that.
And I was like, hey, if I have a son, I'm naming him Bear. And say, could I get a picture for my son? Is that? That's my right. Dude, fly well, man. Awesome, dude.
With the sun starting to set, we wanted to get up in the air and make use of that beautiful desert golden hour. flying paramotors above these sorts of canyons can be sketchy. If you have an engine out, you can find yourself in trouble in a heartbeat. So after a couple of runs through the canyons and some amazing flying, we decided to call it a day, whilst everything was still going well.
What a super fun mission, amazing. Woohoo, well done guys, good job.
Now I've been to some incredible places and had so many great adventures, but for me, in terms of moments, this is right up there. Flying with great friends and somewhere so spectacular. Desert, cool still evening air and the sun setting. Definitely one that I'm gonna remember forever.